Yeah, let's talk about my pick here. Coinbase, a bit of a turnaround in the session today. We are seeing it now up 3% there, roughly. That stock initially fell, though, on a downgrade from Citigroup, saying that regulatory threats could weigh on its core business. The company, of course, facing potential legal action from the SEC over alleged violations. The SEC says Coinbase offered and sold unregistered securities. This afternoon, though, Coinbase announced it's going to be launching an international exchange in Bermuda that would list Bitcoin and Ether perpetual futures. Now, worth noting here, perpetual futures are sort of different from standard futures contracts because they trade closer to where the spot market is. But this is an interesting one for me, guys, because, when you think back to the collapse of FTX and the criticism that really arose here in the U.S., it was about the tight regulation happening here that was pushing, or at least those in the crypto industry argued, was pushing exchanges overseas where there was a lack of regulation. That's where we've seen some of the challenges popping up. And Coinbase kind of alluded to this in a blog post they put out today, and I'll read you part of that. It said, rest assured, Coinbase is still committed to the U.S., but countries around the world are increasingly moving forward with responsible crypto-forward regulatory frameworks to strategically position themselves as crypto hubs. They went on to say, we would like to see the U.S. take a similar approach instead of regulation by enforcement. So that's sort of taking a shot at the SEC, but also saying, look, you want to regulate us here in the U.S.? We'll do what other exchanges have done, and we'll go international.
Yeah, and it's been quite the run since Coinbase went public, rather. I mean, since the stock high, 52-week high, it's off more than 60%. Compared to a year ago, shares are down more than 54%. But Coinbase does remain on Cathie Wood ARK Invest stocks to buy and stocks to watch. And so lots of investors following this closely. And I think this is just yet another reason why analysts are keeping a close eye on shares.
Yeah, certainly moving offshore, we'll see whether or not they're able to compete with some of the other competitors who already have a presence in some of those spaces. We know that Coinbase has had some challenges here in terms of their international opportunities in the past, specifically what happened in Japan. But Akiko, I'm so happy you brought up that blog post because it was so interesting, the wording that they used in that. And they called that the regulation by enforcement approach a disappointing trend. So they were still saying that they want to be here in the U.S. They still see opportunity. They just don't love the way things are going right now. So we'll see.